Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, God. All right. Enough of that. So, I hope y'all are having a good Halloween coming up. Um, Gonna do a little unboxing, real short and sweet, and talk about some other stuff that's coming up. Um, so, check out what I got in the mail. All right. Okay. So, got a little package from a friend. Go ahead. We'll use the buck knife. Anybody anybody wants to say hey, say hey. I got the chat going. Too much suspense. Let's open. So I actually got this. I feel bad, like months ago, um, but I already know what it is. I wanted to wait for a time when I could do this with y'all. Also, when I had Goldie back. Goldie's been on the road with Whitey for it was like over a year. It didn't even go home with me once. I wasn't going to enjoy in here until I had it home. What do y'all think it is? Anybody? Yes. Mysteries. Ooh, box inside of a box. Right. So, Homespun Pickup Company. So, yeah, buddy Clay Connor hit me up. He, like the company is called, he spins pickups at home. He also does repairs and stuff. But he started his own line of pickups. Right here. Yep. Got So, he gave me some info about this pickup. You can check out his website, homespunpickups.com. Homespunpickups.com. Um, this is the Buckaroo Classic. Told me his take on an Emmons 108 humbucker, wound to about 18. So this he made this one with like tone modeling, right? So I've been doing a lot of videos on using the Tonex amp models and um, different custom IRs that Joe Rogers made, all that kind of stuff. So And then also using like active pedals, right? We get to this point where the signal gets so hot with been using the Tonex, you might hear like distortion. Even though the gain isn't super high, the signal's just so hot that the tone models don't really that well. There's a couple things rather than getting new pickup. And so let me grab my volume pedal. So your classic active volume pedals, Lonix, or the Hilton. Those are pretty much our two main active pedals. Some Hiltons have like the tone control, um, and then our Lonix pedal has the impedance screw. So the input impedance. So you can turn that down so the signal going out of your guitar isn't quite so hot. You got to be very careful though. Very just a light hand, and it only turns about feel. Not just got to be is a delicate screwdriver. So we want Phillips head. Phillips head or a flat head will work. But so if that's the top, I turn it all the way. Right, it only goes about half a turn. And then that's full as far as it goes. It's not even one full turn. So just taking that and backing it off, I like that. That's really all you need to get some of that bite off of your signal using an active volume pedal, right? If you're using like the which is one of our classic passive volume pedals, probably not going to run into that. So that's one thing you can do to lower the signal going in. And then the other thing you can do is obviously from the Tonex, turn down the blinking on the input gain. That's under in your universal settings. Change. So, like I said, that's pretty much what this one is for. All of my guitars have the so all my guitars have the classic Bill Lawrence 705. Same with Black Beauty, got two 705s. And my double neck has a nicer mid range tone. My ear, the Goldie. I don't know if it's just because the body that the double neck has. This one gets a bit more brittle. So especially with like tone modeling, we got to really watch out for how the high end sound. So really excited to get this on. We will do another video that where I'll actually install the pickup. It's the Rittenberries are pretty much universal. I know MSA has like kind of a plug and play type, which is cool. But that video will be pretty much good for any steel guitar brand. Something you do be able to do that together soon. Okay, let's check out the website. Got a question? No questions. All right, let's check. Homespun pickup. Pots for that passive volume pedal. String master. Master. Find single coil, obviously. Simmons, the lower output. Bright and clear. Like you can. No, it says sold out. Classic. Cool. Like, hey. Biden. The Buckaroo low wind. He sent me inspired by the Emmett White Inn humbuckers. Hey, like a fat humbucker sound. Of course, the Bill Lawrence 75, probably the most popular humbucker out there. Single coil using quad amp. Bars. Um, Top shop. Play. Yeah, like he told me, this is kind of a passion project for. So he does. Do a message here, and of course, let him know. Found out about it from me. At Graham C. Sawdust and coffee grounds. Get a hold of them there. So yeah, really all I want to do was unbox that, have a little bit of fun. Try Chone Star pickups, or have not. Really, all I've ever used are Bill Lawrence 705s, or have used some single coils that I weren't really 100% what they were. I've used Core Gel. What is the real popular one? That Bob, can you hear me better? Quiet. There we go. Let me know if that's better for you, Bob. So yeah, and then he also does pickup repairs. So if you've got a pickup that needs to be repaired, you can do that too. And are those 2-wire or 4, so you can split those? Yeah, 2, right? Black and a white. Questions about that? Okay, let's check out one other thing I was gonna let y'all know, something we're gonna be doing soon. Is I picked up this bad boy. This is the orange, the amp detonator, and all it is it's a buffered signal splitter. Right, so you can take your one guitar tone, send it to 2 different amps. Right, you can run them one or both at the same time. It's got a phase control, so if they're out of phase with each other, you can fix that too. And it's powered, so it's going to keep that signal the right level. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is switch to phone. There we go. So we're going to hit the Tone X, and we're going to run some of Joe's Evans tone models, and then we're going to do a real A/B testing. This is the Evans SE300, and then this is the Tone X cab. It just came out like a year or 2 ago. So we're gonna just head to head listen to the different tone models, compare it with the real Evans. It's been on the road with Whitey for a long time, so hadn't had a lot of chance to like really dial it in. So during this break, got to bring it home and dial it in just right, when nobody else was in the house. So it got pretty loud, but I've got it right where I like it, especially with the double neck. So we're gonna do those head to head, and that'll be some fun. We're gonna do that, and then of course we're gonna do a video installing the pickup. If y'all have other ideas for live streams, I'm all ears. Right, I'm up to suggestions. So if there's something that's on y'all's mind, you can for sure let me know. I'm up to suggestions. We got a question: do you gig with your amp or the Tone X cab? I do both. It's really kind of depending on the situation. One of the let's see. So one of the things that's nice about the Tone X is that it's like 30 pounds, right? So if I'm having to walk across gravel for a ways, got to park down the street if I'm playing. That's definitely a nice option. Not that the Evans is super heavy. Evans is probably about 10 pounds heavier. The big difference is that the Evans is twice as expensive as the Tonex cab. So if I'm playing, on a small stage, if you've ever played the White Horse, the kind of, not really green room, behind stage room where all the gear is kept. It gets a little messy back there and busy. So um, that's the time when I would bring the Tonex. And I also did a live stream recently where we talked about building a direct outboard. I can just show you all that real quick while we're at it. So sometimes I can also just ditch the amp entirely and just go in direct out. You can kind of ignore all this. Get my tone modeling from the Tone X1, and then the amp, the IRs from the Sonic IR, and the Sonic IR is also a DI. So really, you just grab those two and my guitar, and then I'm. So it's always about venue as far as which amp I bring. But like I said, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna test the Tonex and Joe Rogers tone models on the Evans and compare it. Because man, the Evans sounds really great, but Tonex ain't bad either. You would be surprised, or maybe not, how far technology has taken us. And then also on I'm not even seeing. It's also sitting on top of my Nashville 400, the Ken Fox one. So kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. All right, so I guess that's about it. Hope y'all have a good Halloween, and make sure you hit the, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn on notifications. It's a lot more fun changing the pickup when there's someone else to talk to. So I appreciate y'all showing up, and like I said, give me some suggestions for other live streams, and we'll do that. You got some gear that you want to send, have us all try out, do a live stream on. You can shoot me an email, johnnyupok@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram, Pedal Stealer. Pretty easy to get the hold of. All right, y'all have a good weekend.